Welcome back to ZNGP Today. Jorge Martín had a tough Friday at Motegi. 2 crashes, a late bike swap, and a feeling that the RSGP still surprises him in ways he doesn't fully understand. The reigning champion missed Q2 after a stop-start session and admits he's still learning the Aprilia. But he also suggested a practical change to the schedule at Motegi to avoid sliding into darkness when incidents pile up. Marc Márquez left Friday at Motegi sounding calm but candid. He isn't worried about the championship, yet the bike didn't give him the sensation he wanted. Rather than chase radical technical fixes, Marquez reset by fine-tuning his riding, and believes the remaining weak link is corner exits. It was a strange day for the Ducatis, lots of yellow flags, and some useful diagnosis for what's next. Pecco Bagnaia came out of Friday at Motegi with optimism. The Italian sounded reassured by the work done in recent weeks, especially at Misano, which gave him confidence from the start in Japan. A minor technical hiccup delayed his FP2, but overall he feels he's riding smoothly, braking harder than last year, and building momentum. His message was clear: stay calm, avoid unnecessary changes, and focus on securing a top 5 in qualifying to be ready for a podium fight. Marco Bezzecchi's Friday at Motegi had all the ingredients of drama: 2 crashes in the morning, heavy damage to his bike, and a frantic repair job by his crew. Yet, the Italian bounced back in the afternoon to top the timesheets, transforming a chaotic start into a statement of speed. His gratitude to the team, his admission of mistakes, and his calm mindset afterward show a rider determined to reset quickly and focus on the race weekend ahead. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Martín's day unraveled quickly. A crash in FP1, a bike change, then another crash that interrupted his rhythm and turned what should have been a time attack into a scramble. He was nonetheless close to the Q2 cut, but the disrupted runs and yellow flags left him frustrated. So I took a bike I hadn't tried before, with a setup I hadn't tried before. I was very close to making it to Q2. When a session is broken into starts and restarts, finding a clean flying lap becomes a lottery, and Martín paid the price. Martín said the bike keeps doing things he doesn't expect, notably the rear lifting under hard braking during time attack runs, a behavior that had not shown earlier in the weekend. That lack of consistent front-end feel prevented him from trusting the limit. He admitted, "I don't think I know the bike completely yet. It does things to me all the time." Unpredictable front behavior is a red flag for anyone chasing tenths. It forces a more cautious approach and kills outright pace. Martín pointed out the razor-thin lap times at Motegi. He, Ai Ogura and Alex Marquez all posted identical times, underlining how equal the field is. One small mistake, a wide moment at turn 11 for Martín, was the difference between Q1 and Q2. At circuits where hundredths decide spots, a single tiny error can swing the weekend. Multiple riders falling at Motegi, Bezzecchi twice, Martín twice, Roll once, indicates the circuit, or the conditions, are pushing people beyond comfortable limits. Martín felt he was operating on the ragged edge all afternoon. "I felt like I was very close to the limit." When several riders are flirting with the edge, teams must weigh aggression against the risk of wreck sessions and lost data. Martín advocated a small but sensible change: move the afternoon schedules earlier at Motegi. He warned that sessions running late risk darkness and limit the time available after red flags, an issue Motegi has faced before. Perhaps on this track, it is to bring forward the schedules. It already happened in 2023 when they had to cancel the race because it got dark. That's the kind of operational tweak organizers can implement quickly, and it could save teams and riders the headache of rush sessions. Motegi's opening day was a reminder that adaptation takes time. Martín is pushing, learning and still searching for consistent confidence on the Aprilia. Crashes and strange front-end behavior cost him a clean qualifying shot, but his feedback, about limits, tires and scheduling, is precise. If the team can turn those notes into tweaks, Martín should be able to convert potential into a cleaner weekend. Marquez repeated that championship nerves aren't a problem. The urgency comes from needing to recover a specific on-bike feeling he was missing. Early attempts to force technical changes slowed progress. The team's composure helped them step back and approach the issue more sensibly. "I'm not nervous about the title. When you don't find the sensations you want, you try to find them as quickly as possible." That balance, relaxed about outcomes but exacting about inputs, is a hallmark of a rider managing both points and pace. After trying quick technical fixes in the morning, Marquez and the crew chose to keep the bike stable and work on his driving instead. By simplifying variables, he could focus on adapting his technique and gradually recovered better sensations by the end of the session. He said they tried to find them too quickly, and then calmed down to ride differently, which produced improvements. Sometimes the fastest path to speed is not more parts but clearer riding. Marquez opted for the latter at Motegi. Marquez outlined the setup work in stages: entry, mid-corner, exit, and confirmed the entry and mid-corner feel are largely addressed. The remaining work is the corner exit, where consistency is still lacking and will be the team's focus tomorrow. "A setup goes in parts. We've fixed entry and mid-corner. Now we just need to fix that corner exit." Fixing exits is often the last, trickiest step. It affects drive, tire life, and overtaking potential. Marquez noted that Ducati riders experienced big swings between morning and afternoon runs. Pecco was flying in FP1 but struggled later, and tire choices, softs early, reshuffled the timing sheets. That volatility made the session atypical. High variability between sessions creates uncertainty. Engineers will be studying why grip and tire behavior shifted so much. Abundant yellow flags complicated getting clean laps. Marquez admitted he was fortunate to put together a useful lap amid interrupted runs and had to manage his timing to avoid flags. He pointed out the last part of practice had many yellows and he was lucky I did that lap. On tight calendars, a single uncluttered lap can make the difference between confidence and a scramble. By running a consistent bike later in the session, Marquez could work on my riding rather than chase setup permutations. That allowed him to adapt to the remaining issues personally and deliver usable feedback for engineers. When a rider controls the variables, feedback quality improves, and so does the chance of finding the final tenths. Marc Márquez left Motegi measured, not flustered about the title, but sharply aware of where gains remain. The plan is clear: steady the package, refine corner exits, and convert the late session feeling into race distance consistency. If the team can make that last piece click, Marquez will keep extending his momentum, and keep making rivals chase not only Ducati's power, but his feel. Bagnaia stressed that the Misano test gave him tools that immediately worked at Motegi. Even though he lost 15 minutes in FP2 due to a small problem, he recovered and managed solid laps. The only frustration came from small mistakes in his second-time attack. "The day started well. I felt good from the start. Misano helped me a lot. In the afternoon I lost some time with a detail on the bike, but overall it was very positive. Let's see how it goes today." It's an assessment that matches Bagnaia's season. Speed is there, but he knows execution on Saturdays remains critical. Bagnaia explained how Misano became a turning point. Earlier trials in Malaysia, Thailand, and Jerez hadn't given him clarity, but Misano offered a real test. The improvements showed up even more at Motegi's lower grip surface, where he felt better than before. "Misano was the first real test. Burum was useless for me because I was slow, but here, with less grip, I feel even better." It underlines how MotoGP riders need the right circuit conditions to validate upgrades. Misano's grip translated into Motegi confidence. A key detail from Bagnaia's debrief was braking. Comparing FP sessions year to year, he believes he's braking harder than in 2024, which gives him confidence about competitiveness. I was able to brake properly. Compared to last year, today I was braking a little harder. Hopefully that's a good omen. Braking strength has often been the missing piece for Bagnaia this season. If he sustains it, qualifying pace should improve. Bagnaia repeated his mantra: calmness is key, no overreactions. He prefers to leave the setup stable rather than chase changes that could unsettle him. His short-term target is clear, a top 5 grid spot, which opens the door to podium contention. We're staying calm, but I'm still not letting them mess with anything. Tomorrow's goal is top 5 in qualifying. I'll try. After months of searching, Bagnaia wants to consolidate a base, less tinkering, more trust. The Italian also commented on Michelin's compounds. He welcomed the hard option as useful if the weather heats up, but acknowledged that Michelin's step forward with other tires also gives flexibility. If it's really hot, the hard can help. But Michelin also made progress with the other compounds. Last year we were on the limit. Tire choice could be pivotal in Japan, especially late in the race when grip drops. Bagnaia's Friday wasn't spectacular but was steady, and that's exactly what he wanted. With confidence rebuilt through testing, braking sharper than last year, and a "don't touch anything" philosophy, the Italian is positioning himself for a clean Saturday. If he hits the top 5 in qualifying, the podium fight he promises could finally give him a weekend without drama, and a real boost heading into the Asian swing. Bezzecchi admitted the day started poorly, with 2 crashes disrupting his rhythm. But thanks to the relentless work of his mechanics, who even skipped their meals to fix the damage, he was able to return to the track and deliver the fastest time. It didn't start in the best way, but we managed to fix it. I'm very happy. I want to thank all my guys because today they really worked hard to fix the bikes, especially the first one, which was pretty damaged, and they didn't even eat. Thanks to all my guys. Was the perfect turnaround, from pitside chaos to topping the timesheet in just a few hours. Bezzecchi didn't shy away from taking responsibility. He admitted that both crashes were down to rider error, though the first was particularly avoidable. The Motegi layout, with heavy braking zones and a tricky rear end, leaves no room for misjudgment. Brutally honest, Bezzecchi framed the incidents as lessons, not excuses. The Italian explained how they approached the weekend by reviewing last year's data for reference, then adapting setup from Misano. Pace was encouraging with both medium and soft compounds, but tire degradation emerged as a concern. Tire wear is shaping up to be a decisive factor at Motegi, and Bezzecchi knows it. Bezzecchi shared that he felt comfortable on the medium front and both rear compounds. The challenge now is striking the balance between pushing and conserving, as Motegi's surface punishes overaggression. I felt quite good with the medium front, and both rears weren't bad either. But it's a track with high wear, so we'll have to adjust and understand where to be conservative and where to give more. The feedback highlights Ducati's broader task: maximizing tire life without sacrificing pace. Despite the rough morning, Bezzecchi insisted he approached the afternoon calmly, without dragging frustration onto the track. His ability to reset mentally helped him turn the day around. No, calm. As if nothing had happened that morning. As calm as possible. That composure paid dividends. His fastest time underlined resilience as much as raw speed. 2 crashes, 2 damaged bikes, and yet Bezzecchi ended the day on top. The Italian's candor about mistakes, his appreciation of the team's sacrifice, and his cool mental reset revealed both vulnerability and strength. With tire management looming as the weekend's central theme, Bezzecchi's ability to blend speed with patience could decide if Motegi becomes just another recovery story, or the springboard for a podium challenge. Thanks for watching ZNGP Today, and this is your MotoGP news update. And see you next time!